Hello everyone, this is Persephone and I'm making this video out of serious concern because as someone who has been doing the whole e-thought, e-girl business for way longer than Venus, and someone that I can tell when something is wrong because I have been watching her makeup tutorials and stuff, I start to wonder if she's really doing this with her own free will, or if there is someone coercing her, abusing her, brainwashing her, and so on. I don't have any concrete data right now. This is just my analysis, so you can take it with a grain of salt. Okay, that's how I see things as an outsider. And I'm saying that there is no hate from my part, it's concern, because I also had a narcissistic mother, and I know how when you have a helicopter controlling parent, a tiger parent can mess you up growing up, and you can have a lot of problems with your boundaries and your life. So I'm going to go through the things that I saw on various threads. I saw the pretty ugly little liar thread, the lolcow threads, and I have to say your content is pretty shocking in many ways. For example, Venus is a person that I know that she can pose in very cute pictures because that's what she has been doing for many years, and she always looked so happy in most of her pictures. They were well taken, the makeup was professional, and all of that stuff. Sorry, my cat is actually trying to ruin the video, so okay. And the recent pictures, she looks like she is forced in many of them. She doesn't know what to do. I'm going to be honest, some of them look like something that you can find on the dark web under the title kidnapped teen or something, like a crime scene. And at first I was thinking, is this some kind of trolling that maybe because she collaborated with Sora the Troll, she decided to add some extreme stuff in there to make people guess and, you know, bring traffic and attention by manufacturing drama. Again, okay, you do what you have to do in those difficult times on YouTube, but the more I started to watch, the more I became concerned because days kept passing and more disturbing images started to arise. For example, the vomiting image. I'm the last person to keep saying if someone paid you to do fake vomit photo shoots, do your thing, get the money, but send it on private. You think that this is normal to post on OnlyFans a picture of yourself covering in what appears to be fake vomit. I was eating when I saw that, and that's a rip to my meal. Like, you don't do that. Fetishes as specialized as that should be sent to the person who wants them separately. But that's the least of the problem. Then there was this picture someone posted with a guy who was wearing his pants and taking her photo, and all of the environments, they look so unkempt. They look like something that people put hastily together. And then her mother started saying that she owes money to the Yakuza and that's why she has to do that. I'm also taking what her mother says with a grain of salt, because how can she know that from a different country, and if she knows it, why doesn't she do something about it like all the authorities? But overall, to me, it looks like someone who has been struggling with their sexuality for a very long time, and someone who tries to convince themselves that doing this is empowering, doing this is liberating, and so on. And I have made videos about that, about is sex work truly empowering to women? And I can say that there was someone who told me, you know, showing your tits online isn't empowering. And I told him, your dead-end factory job, where you work underpaid 40 hours a week, and you can never escape that job, even though you become the top employee, that's also not empowering either. But it looks like to me that when someone is being pushed into that out of extreme poverty and possible homelessness, then yeah, there is nothing empowering about it. And I wish there was someone out of your friends that is in Japan that could reach out, because all this looks like to me that it's not going to end up well. I mean, it's different if there is a sexy picture of you online that I think people from the younger generations, millennials and zoomers, are going to have a lot of those pictures out there, even if they don't do this job, that sexting and sending like sexy pictures to your boyfriend or to your girlfriend, most people have done it. That's very different than you being covered in vomit, or you doing that fetish where supposedly underage people are getting expensive gifts from older men in exchange for sex. This is not a fetish. this is like normalizing abuse to your audience that is mainly very young girls. And if I was 14 or 13 and I had an idol that I have been following for years and I respected her, I looked up to her life in Japan, her makeup and all of that stuff, and all of a sudden she turned her Instagram into someone getting sexually abused for gifts, that would really confuse me. And now you're going to say it's parental supervision, that parents should know what their kids click to, but even if my mother had installed a filter in the past to, let's say, remove adult sites, she would have left out Venus's Instagram. Like, I understand wanting to make money fast, but there should have been separate accounts for the more adult content and for the normal content. Because how many parents can really go through all of the people that their kids are following on Instagram and see when someone is having a change of heart and from kawaii pictures starts bordering like promoting essential rape of minors? That I think most people don't know what their kids are following. This is very dangerous. Imagine a situation, I don't want to imagine bad things, but imagine a situation where someone out of her huge following, some girl thinks it's a great idea to do the same and just starting accepting gifts from an older guy, and the girl ends up disappearing and found dead. Like, look at what you are promoting. Look, it's grooming. The grooming process is exactly that. It's normalizing sexual behavior to people who don't have the mental and the emotional capacity to make informed choices. They're not adults. That's why you're not supposed to date 11-year-olds or 12-year-olds. So overall, I believe, and I hope that I'm wrong, that she's doing this against her will. By against her will, I mean either there is someone grooming her and her self-esteem and her general situation is so bad that she never developed proper boundaries, or she is extremely poor and she needs the money to literally eat, and the rest is just glossing over poverty and human trafficking. Of course, she's over 22, 23. I'm not saying this to excuse her. Explanation doesn't mean excuse, okay? You don't have to do those things, and you can't play the victim card with so many people. I didn't really like Pretty Ugly Little Liars in the past, but I saw a lot of people giving her good advice, and she doesn't want to take it. So I'm just saying that when you have been with someone your entire life that has been doing the thinking for you, has been doing the scripting for you, has been doing the life decisions for you, and you're just a non-follower, then I understand how difficult it is to get your own voice, and you can actually fall into exploitative situations quite fast. But at some point you have to draw the line and say, hey, I'm not going to do that, enough is enough. And I feel that if she actually came out with the truth and said, you know, I'm in Japan, I'm in this difficult situation, set up a GoFundMe for me to go to a mental health place, like to check in, or for me to get a plane ticket and go stay with a relative, or for me to get an apartment and some money and start getting an education, people would help her. And with proof, of course, okay? And it would be much more like honest and much better for her long term than this OnlyFans attempt that is. If you think that her OnlyFans is normal, let me tell you, there are many people who do OnlyFans. I've never seen anything like that, and sometimes I wonder if the person behind the scenes is some man filled up with all of those fetishes that I don't want to talk too much about, but they're disturbing the least, and he's thinking that this is what other people want to see, that he's not a professional. Because I don't want to see someone who is clearly not enjoying, who looks that he's forced, who looks that he's awkward, even if it's an act. Like I said, it gives me dark web vibes. Unless you have a very big problem inside your brain, you don't find this sexy. And especially Venus being like cute and young and having a kawaii history, she didn't have to go that path. There are so many girls like swimsuit succubus, like, who don't even ever get naked, and they made a huge fortune. So she didn't have to do any of that. Someone else is orchestrating behind the scenes, and yeah, guys, I'm fine, don't buy that, she's not fine. Again, I'm saying this with concern, not with hatred. She needs to separate those social media ASAP. If she doesn't want to create kawaii content anymore, that's fine. You can keep your Instagram who is kawaii, but you have to not let minors see that, because you're placing people in danger. There are people who got groomed this way and then they disappear. Do you understand that? I watched a very scary documentary, I'm going to say this and close the video, about a woman who transformed herself as a 15-year-old with the help of makeup experts, a mom, and she made an Instagram, and then they transformed her into a 9-year-old with, again, editing apps, and the 9-year-old started getting messages from men saying, "You're so hot," seconds after the profile was created. So we have this platform of hers that has tons of people who are not 18, and tons of people who are into the fetish old men pays minors for sex. What do you think is going to happen? Let's put two and two together. This is a ticking bomb. Okay, and you know me, I've taken a stand when hiding in my room showed my OnlyFans content to minors, and I'm going to take a stand again. This is wrong, at least someone says it. And to the people accusing her husband, I don't know him, again my estimation, but he seems to be a person with very poor boundaries too. I don't think he divorced her, I don't think he's going to divorce her. I think he has very poor boundaries and she's good at manipulation, so I believe she's doing that and he knows and he's paralyzed and he can't do anything. And that has been this way for a very long time. I hope I'm wrong. Venus, if you watch this, please do the right thing. Ask for help. It's not the same if you are trapped and you can get out. It's much better than actually exposing unsuspecting people to this kind of content, that you can be held legally accountable. If someone gets groomed by a predator and they met in your platform because you didn't make it separate, I believe there is going to be, that is going to be used against you in ways that I don't want to expand because I'm not a lawyer, but it's not right. You're going to have to live with it. If some girl is being found in a body bag because she met a predator through your site, you're going to have to live with it. Think about it. Thank you for watching.